Oh, I think I need to turn this off. Oops, wrong way. Oh, we have to see if anybody comes on. May not be nobody to come on, but I'm gonna make them. I'm going to make the post either way, whether nobody joins or not. I have a message that I feel like is really important, and I feel like this might help. I think this might help. So more than likely, you have no idea who I am. I am Arailyus. I am a small creator, just like you. More than likely, right? I was supposed to have this computer, my iPad up, because I wrote this post. I haven't posted it yet, but I wrote it, and I want to read it because I feel like it a lot of small creators can relate to this, or maybe it's something that will make you look at things differently. Maybe you will have a different perspective, right? Let me see. Okay, it's not super long, but I'm gonna read it anyway. So I'm gonna read this post and then I'm gonna make my point. So the post that I wrote, it says, I have a top underneath my robe, so I'm not undressed or anything. But my post says, something you would never make me feel bad about. My work not being amplified by systems I don't control. I love fashion, so I dress like my joy deserves to take up space, even if nobody sees it but me and God. Dopamine dressing isn't about attention. It's about regulating my mind, honoring my body, and choosing softness, structure, and confidence on purpose. Celibacy taught me how to approve myself, not through validation, not through desire, but through discipline, clarity, and alignment with God. When you stop chasing approval from the world, you realize how peaceful it is to get dressed without needing permission to feel good. My outfits aren't for trends, they're for stability, for reminding myself that I'm allowed to feel beautiful, grounded, and present right where I am. Mental health means meeting myself with compassion, and fashion is one of the ways I do that. It's not performance, it's care. God didn't ask me to be visible, He asked me to be obedient, whole, and honest. Everything else follows in its own time. My worth isn't tied to numbers, reach, or reactions. It's anchored in who I am becoming with God, with discipline, with intention. I'll keep getting dressed with joy, even in private, especially in private, because who I am once the camera turns off is who this didn't come out right. I'm actually kind of freestyling this last part. I can't say it out loud the way I said it in my head. Basically the person that you see on camera, that's who I am when the camera turns off. And I believe in God's eyes, that's what matters the most. Not who you portray yourself to be online, but who you are when the cameras aren't on, right? So that was a little post that I wrote. And so now I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. I'm supposed to be twisting my hair or braiding my hair. Me and Vixen, my little cats, we went to the beach today, and even though I'm in Florida, so that's why I was able to go to the beach. But it was probably like right at 78 degrees. You know, it was warm, but it was a little breeze. Like it was cool. But I didn't realize how exhausted I was. We may have been there like 2 hours. But yeah, I was really, really exhausted. So when I came back home, I took a shower and I sprayed water on my hair and put oil on it, but I really need to like either twist it or braid it. So normally when I am doing a live, I like to be doing something, i.e. my hair or cooking or whatever. So this video will be the same way. I'm going to do my hair in just a moment. I hope that the fan in the back is not disturbing. I hope it's not too loud, but being in this bathroom with this light right up here, I can already feel myself getting hot. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I might need to, actually, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to get this little fan. I'm sorry, y'all. Just, whew. I apologize if it's loud, but I am 44. I am 44 years old, and unfortunately, I am in the perimenopause stage. So, child, these hot flashes, they don't be playing with me. That's about all I can say. But yeah, we came back from the beach. I was exhausted. Cause I really am a homebody. I don't really go out as much as I used to, and because I don't go out as much as I used to, it kind of drains me when I do go out. So I was extremely tired, exhausted. But like I said, took a shower, wet my hair, put oil on it, but I need to twist it or braid it. These are my sister locks that I have had for 2 years. April will be 3 years. April 23rd. That is my dad's birthday. And I'm sure that's probably why I remember it. Because, yeah, that's my dad's birthday. But it will be 3 years in April. But, so let's get into the topic. I don't want to keep on ranting because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm not even sitting in this chair right. Hold on. Cha. Long hair is overrated. I don't know. Cha. There's so much going on. There's so much going on. But okay, let's get into this video because, like I said, I don't want it to be too long. So the point in me writing that post is more like, as a small creator, the algorithm, the algorithm is the algorithm. Like, literally. We can't control the algorithm. We can't do anything. There are a million videos on YouTube that say do this, do that. If they're not pushing your videos, do this, change this setting. Like, there are 1,000,001 things that people tell you to do for the algorithm to push your video. And guess what? If those things work, then everybody would go viral, right? I've said this before. I think a lot of people make videos like that based on something that may have worked for them. Because, obviously there are many people who are successful, in YouTube or whatever. But for the other people like us or me or other small creators, it's just not, it doesn't work that way for us. So, And the biggest point that I want to make, if you don't take away anything else I say in this video, is it's not your content. It's not your content. There is nothing wrong with your content. It's just the algorithm. And the whole thing about that, the point that I'm making is that something that when I say you, I mean people, anyone who may be in fake competition with me or whatever, child, whatever. Nobody can make me feel bad if the algorithm don't push my content, right? I know personally that there's nothing wrong with my content, and I know this because, on those fluke chances when the algorithm does push my content, I get really good engagement. So it's not my content, right? And because we can't control the algorithm, it's like, why am I going to feel bad about that? But I said all that to say, because I just have to say, it took me a while to get here, to get to this, to have this mind space, this thought process, this perspective. But you cannot make me feel bad about something that's out of my control. Again, the algorithm. None of us can control that. Child, this stuff right here in my face. None of us can control the algorithm. None of us can make the algorithm push our content. Those of us that are on TikTok, I know we see all the time where they're telling us to buy views and, this video has the potential to go viral and da-da-da-da-da. If it has the potential, why don't you push it? Why are you asking me to pay to push this one video to a whole bunch of bots that's never going to look at anything else on my page, right? It's really like, it's a whole lot of, like, if you really think about it, it's just like, make it make sense. It's kind of one of those type of things. Like, if you're telling me, wow, this is a great video, it has the potential to do really well, it has the potential to go viral, why don't you push it? Why don't you make it go viral? Why do I have to pay for a video to go viral if it has so much potential, right? I just find that so crazy. But it's like, I just had to get to a place because, like I said, I wasn't always here. I didn't always have this mindset. I used to get upset. I used to get, I used to take it very much personal when I would post something and the algorithm would hide my content. But then next time I go on TikTok, all I see are people making the same kind of videos I made, right? Kind of like a slap in the face, So yeah, I used to take it very much personal. I used to take it very personal. But I just had to realize that, like, the algorithm not pushing my content, that doesn't make my content not good. Did I do a braid or a twist? Okay, I braided and then I twisted. The algorithm not pushing my content has nothing to do with my creativity. The algorithm is not hiding my content because I'm not creative. The algorithm is hiding my content because they don't want my content to be seen. Hey. And I just had to get to that place where I realized that my content not being pushed is not because it's not good. I'm not being, I don't know the word that I'm trying to say, but I mean, God made me creative. God blessed me with a creative brain, right? So it's not that, again, it's not that my content is not good. It's just the algorithm ain't pushing it. And I mean, I could say 1,001 reasons why they aren't pushing my content, but at the end of the day, they just not pushing it. And really, it's nothing I can do about it. But I just tell myself I had to learn that it wasn't the creativity, it wasn't the content, it was not my content that caused the algorithm to not push my content, right? If nobody sees my content, if the algorithm don't push my content, how can people see it? How can they engage with it if nobody sees it, right? So that's really like the basis of what it is that I wanted to say, and basically what I was saying in that post that I just read. Cause I just feel like somebody else might need to hear that, because somebody else might be in the same situation as me. I mean, we can get out here and be consistent, post every day, post 4 times a day, 3, 4, 5 times a day, every single day, and that still does not mean that your content is going to be pushed. That still does not mean that the algorithm is going to push your content, right? The algorithm, it literally is either going to push your content or it's not. But I just need you to know, my fellow small creators, it's not your content. It is not your content. It's not your content. And literally, if you don't know this about me, I love God real bad. And it really is the serenity prayer. You know, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference, right? And like I said, I can't control the algorithm. You can't control. Nobody can control the algorithm, right? Well, we can't, right? So I just have to do what I can do and just create content, because I enjoy creating content. I would very much love for more people to find my content, as I'm sure all of us would, all of us small creators. Hey, who is that? Yes, I'm having a great holiday. I hope you are as well. But that's just the whole thing behind it. It's like, honestly, it's just like the entertainment industry. Now, I'm not gonna go all deep into like the whole Illuminati type stuff or whatever, but I mean, at the end of the day, everybody can't make it. Everybody can't be, you know, a huge content creator, because if everybody is a huge successful content creator, who's going to be left to watch our content, right? But I made a post. Oh yeah, I agree. And that's the point that I'm making. Like, I made a post about me stepping back, you know, from creating content, because again, everybody, what do they say? Keep posting. Just be consistent. Keep posting. And like I said, you can literally post 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, and that still does not automatically equate to your content being pushed, right? And it's one of those things, the little hamster wheel that they just want us to stay on, to keep us on these platforms and these apps. You know, a year ago, like in, when was it? I think the end of October. During October, I posted a video every day for the month of October. And at the end of October, I made a video, you know, talking about what posting every day did for my channel. And that video itself, I think I checked it today, everybody is different. I understand your perspective, but honestly, I think everybody is different. But that video right now has about 6,600 views, right? And after that video, you know, that was kind of like, oh shoot, you know, this might work out. So I started being consistent, you know, like applying myself, you know, really trying to make this happen. And for this whole year, damn near this whole year, I was very, very, very consistent. If I wasn't posting a video every day, I was posting a poll. I was posting a question. I was posting a blog. I was posting something damn near every day. And I kid y'all not, I wish I could show y'all, but this is a live video. I still have not made $100 this year. I think I'm still at like $99 for the whole year. And what I noticed is that, yeah, my shorts might get views, my polls might get interactions, you know, but these are the things that you can't really monetize per se. You know, shorts, you ain't making no money off of that. So of course the algorithm will push something like that, because like the video I posted this morning, the video itself has like 40 something views, right? The video. But then I also posted it as a short, and I believe the short has like over 1,000 views. The short, it's the same video, but I made it into a short, right? And it's like, if you can push the short, why can't you push the video? So I just started seeing all the patterns. That's the word we're going to use, patterns. I started noticing the patterns, and I was just like, it's not worth it. And that's what made me say, you know, although I love creating, don't get me wrong. Again, God blessed me with a creative brain. I love fashion. I love writing. I love all kind of stuff. I just love creating, right? But I was putting so much effort into posting. And although I was posting about God, you know, I was spending more time on social media than I was actually with God. And that is why I decided that I was going to take a step back from social media. Because, again, I went hard. Literally, this whole year, I went hard. And, yeah, like I said, I have not even made $100. So it's kind of like I was pouring so much into social media, and it's not about money, but at the same time, if you're putting that much effort, that much energy into something, you do want some kind of return, you know, some kind of ROI, even if it's not, you know, monetary. You want something. You want to feel like all your work it did something. It mattered to somebody, right? So, I don't know. I just think it's crazy. But, again, everybody is different. Everybody's situation is different. Some people, their very first video they post, it blows up and, you know, their channel takes off. And then there are other people who post for years and nothing ever happens. Around the time that that video got the 6,000 views, there was another girl, and her channel came up, and she was saying that she had been on YouTube for like 10 years and she wasn't monetized. Now, I watched her video, and there was, you know, more to the story, but for some people, that is a reality. And, you know, they tell us, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. But unfortunately, everybody is just not going to make it. Everybody just ain't going to make it. And again, If you take nothing else from this video, I just want you to know that it's not your content. It's not. When the algorithm chooses not to push your content, that does not take away your creativity. That doesn't mean that my outfits aren't fly just because nobody sees them. You know, for the most part, I won't really get engagement online and stuff. But baby, whenever I'm out, when I am out in the streets with clothes on, I promise you, people are always complimenting me. Always. Actually, the other day, I had on, it was like a yellow blazer. I had on a white top, a black skirt. I had on these fishnet stockings. I had on these yellow boots, mustard, and a mustard fedora. And I was walking in Target, and this girl, she came up behind me, and she was like, ma'am. And it was something about the way she said it. Like, my heart literally just dropped. I was so nervous. I said, girl, is my skirt up in the back? You know, like, I was so nervous. It was just the way she said it. And she was like, no, I just wanted to say I love your outfit, right? And I was like, oh, girl, thank you, you know. But that's the whole thing about it. It's not about people on social media saying that my outfits are cute. Unfortunately, even though I make no money on social media, the people who used to support me, who used to, you know, tell me that my outfits were cute and stuff, baby, they don't no more. I promise, and I say this all the time, like, on Facebook and stuff, but I don't make any money off of social media. But people, they don't like to support me. And again, I used to take that personal. I used to. But again, I have been celibate. Actually, in a couple weeks, it will be 18 months. Oh my God. And through my celibacy journey, God has really, really opened my eyes to what truly, truly matters. And I think I said this in a video before. You could have 1 million followers, 1 million likes. You know, you could be going viral and all that. But if you are not happy within, if you can't feel like you're that girl or that guy without somebody else telling you that, what does it matter? The thing about me and, you know, other small creators is that we don't need the world to tell us you're dope, you're creative, your content is great. You know, I think what you're doing is amazing. You know, we don't need the world to tell us that, because we have learned to tell it to ourselves. And I think that's something that a lot of bigger content creators don't like to talk about. I hear people say things like, you know, a larger audience, if you are an insecure person, a larger audience is only going to put that on display, your insecurities on display. So that's kind of how I feel, you know. But yeah, child, I'm hot, I'm tired, these lights is crazy. Oh, I should have brought my water in here. Oh, child, my lips are so dry. Put my chapstick on. And of course, y'all know this ain't sponsored, but this is the e.l.f. It's supposed to be kind of like the e.l.f. version of the Laneige lip mask for a fraction of the price. This might be, I think it's less than $4. But yeah. That was the main point that I wanted to make. And then what I also noticed with some people is, well, I don't know this to be true. This is just something that I think. This is just a theory that I have. For some people, not everybody, for some people to make it in social media, you basically just have to be fake, unfortunately. And God did not make me that way. He did not. I don't pretend to have it all together. I don't pretend to, you know, be rich or living a life that I can't afford or anything like that. I had a little Kanye joke in my head, you know, like, I might have a couple past due bills, you know. I won't get specific, but God did not make me that way. And I feel like maybe that plays a part as well, because I know this gonna make me sound like a hater, but I'm not. But I just know a lot of people on social media, they be lying. Like, they be lying. You know, they are portraying one thing, and again, when the cameras go off, they're a whole different person. So, again, it's just a theory, but I believe that plays a part in why my content also doesn't get pushed, because I don't pretend to be fake and false and phony and this and that, you know. But oh my goodness, my fan went out. Oh Lord, I gotta go grab my other fan. That is crazy. But again, that's a theory. But I mean, it makes sense to me. It definitely makes sense to me. I don't want to get, you know, too deep into things, or, you know, start talking about conspiracies and all that or whatever, but I do consider myself a little nerd. I do research a lot, and I just know, just with businesses, and, you know, everybody wants to get a what do you call them, sponsorships, right? That's how we feel like we have made it as content creators, because we have sponsorships. Now, God did bless me last year, not 25, but 2024. I did have a sponsorship with a brand, and this whole 2025, baby, ain't not one person didn't reach out to ask me to do nothing. Nobody. The company that I worked with last year, they didn't ask to work with me again, you know. And I mean, it is what it is, and I didn't question it. You know, I didn't ask why. You know, I have my theories again, but it just is what it is. So I just feel like, I don't want to use the word manipulate, but maybe that is the word I want to use. Maybe manipulate is the word I want to use. I don't know. Please excuse me for a second. I gotta go get my other fan because the battery died on this one. I will be right back. My water. I do apologize. This is my other fan. Child, when you have hot, look, you can see how red my face is. I am so freaking hot. I mean, oh, child. It's crazy. Get it all, I don't recommend. If you're younger than me, stay young while you can, baby. And this is water. I put electrolyte, the little electrolyte packets in it to give it flavor. And electrolytes is supposed to help replenish like some of the salt and stuff, like, or so they say, right? I apologize if this fan is loud, but I'm hot. I'm sorry. I'm hot. I'm so sorry. I want to try to hurry up and get done. And the thing about my hair, this side of my hair, the left side is thicker and fuller than the right side. So whereas these rows were pretty even, you see I got this really thick part right here. So, I mean, it don't really matter. Like, this don't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect at all. My next retie is not for a couple weeks. So I just want to do this to my hair so I don't have to worry about having to do something to my hair every day. Look at that. That is so weird. I didn't part this even at all. But that's okay. We still gonna go with it. But yeah, that was, like I said, that was the biggest thing that I wanted to say. You know, it's not your content, you know, and I just don't want anyone to believe that or to think that because the algorithm doesn't push their content that there is something wrong with their content. When I said a little while ago about me being creative, like the kind of content that I put out now, I have never put out this kind of content. Like, it's better that, and I'm saying that in a good way. The content that I put out now is a whole lot better than what I used to do in the past. So that's how I know it's not my content. In that sense. But again, when I said about the people who used to support me and, you know, tell me that my looks were fire, that I was, you know, they liked my creativity and all that, once they stopped supporting me, I knew it was my content. And I started seeing a lot of people, quote unquote, do very similar content to mine. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, if you give that person credit. Like, that's the thing about most creatives, small creatives that, you know, we put a lot of work into our content, you know, coming up with ideas. And I mean, whether it be scripts or, you know, whatever it is. Let me see if I can turn this down, because I know that's probably really loud. I'm sorry. But, you know, my content that I put out, a lot of it comes from a very personal place. So when I see people who create very similar content to mine, it bothers me, because they don't understand where I was coming from when I posted what I posted, or when I created what I created. And they feel like, oh, what she's doing is really great, and I see that she doesn't have a large audience, so I can take what she's doing and make it seem like it's mine. You know, and the problem with that is that when most of the people that do that, they never credit the creator that they were copying. And that's where the problem comes in at. You know, they always say imitation is the, you know, the best form of flattery, but me as a creative, and I'm not gonna say I don't ever copy anybody, because I do, but when I do, I have no problem saying I saw somebody else do this, or this idea came from Pinterest or whatever, you know, wherever. I have no problem giving people their credit, because why not? It's not my idea, you know. But a lot of people, like I said, they look at it like, oh, you don't have a large audience, ain't nobody seeing your stuff, so I can just take it and act like it's mine. And that's not okay. That's not okay at all. And I think that's why a lot of small creators do get frustrated, you know, especially in social media. This was like years ago. There was this makeup creator. I think her name was like Worthy or something like that. And she was known for doing this trap style makeup tutorial type thing or whatever. And I remember the makeup creator Patrick Starr, I'm pretty sure it was Patrick Starr, who came and, you know, started doing what she was doing. Now, what helped her out is that although she was a smaller creative, you know, creator, she still had an audience, and her audience went to bat for her. Her audience was saying, no, you stole that from her, you know. So that's how I remember that one specifically. But for us way smaller creators, we don't have nobody to speak up for us and say, no, you stole that from such and such and such. And again, it's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from somebody else, because I take inspiration from other people all the time. But again, I have no problem letting people know that this was inspired by somebody else. And again, that's where the problem comes in with us smaller creators. We have nobody to stand up for us and say, no, that came from Arailyus. She was the one doing that, you know. And of course, when I say something, even though I don't care no more, but when I used to say something, people would say stupid stuff like, oh, everybody copy everybody. No, everybody don't. And if they do, they give the artist credit. It's like, you know what? I just watched a video about Mario Winans, right? And his song, I Don't Want to Know. That song was, I forgot what country the lady is from, but her name is Enya. That was her song. And by the time it was all said and done, you know, and he gave her royalties, and I think he had to give somebody else royalty or credit, like, for the song or whatever. But it's the same thing. Like, they feel like because we're small and we're nobody to them, we're not going to say anything. But if you see how it goes in the industry, people come and sue you. You know what I'm saying? They lawyers come behind you, because now you're making money off of something that was never yours. Cisco was another one. When he came out with the Thorn song that blew up, and he ended up having to give all that money to Ricky Martin just for using that living La Vida Loca line. It's the same thing. You know, they're just bigger stars in the industry, but they're still creative. And if you use somebody else's stuff, if you sample somebody else's stuff, you got to give them credit, whether if it's in writing, if it's in money, monetary, like, it's the same thing. So for people to say, little stupid stuff like, oh, everybody copy everybody and this and that, and just shut up. Just shut the hell up. Like, clearly you're not a creative. Clearly you're not a creative. If you were a creative, you would understand it. But most people are not creatives. They just have a large following. So, but most of the stuff that they're doing is because they've seen it from somebody else, or they've copied it or stole it from somebody else. And that's the difference. Again, if you're a creative, you understand what I'm saying. You understand exactly what I'm saying as a creative. There's a difference in being a content creator and being a creative. I personally don't consider myself a content creator. I consider myself a creative. That's what I consider myself. So there's a difference. There's a very big difference. So I think y'all get what I'm saying. And I am so tired. I want to so bad just end this live and do the rest of my hair tomorrow, but I'm already here, already going, so I need to go on and get finished, because tomorrow I'll have another excuse. It's Christmas. I don't want to do nothing. Even though, again, not to get all deep and stuff, I kind of stopped celebrating Christmas, and it's mainly because God has been taken out of it. It has been commercialized. And also, I'm gonna just say this: if you rearrange the letters in Santa, you get Satan. Right? And I just remember years ago, hearing about that, this whole thing with the red suit and all this or whatever. So unfortunately, a holiday that is supposed to be to celebrate the birth of Jesus, which from my understanding, he wasn't even born in December, but still, the day that is supposed to be set aside for Jesus, it has been commercialized. I don't know why I can't say that word. It has been commercialized, and yeah. And plus, it's just me and my cat. Like, literally, it's just us. So, like I said, we went to the beach today. That was her first time going to the beach, and it was kind of funny to me because, she kind of reacted the way that I expected her to. She cried a little bit at first, but she was kind of quiet. Like, I think she kind of enjoyed the waves. It has that little calming, it kind of calms you, So I think she kind of enjoyed that, but yeah, that was our little thing. And yeah, so tomorrow, I'm being honest, we'll probably just, oh yeah, cats are very, very, very funny. We probably won't even really do anything tomorrow. So yeah. Whew. Ooh, child, it is hot in here. Whew. I be swearing I don't have that much hair. I be swearing my hair ain't that thick, but child, it take forever to do my hair. Ugh. And then I know I probably haven't showed y'all, but that's yes, it is. That's what I was gonna say. I am braiding and then I'm twisting. So it's kind of like I'm doing kinky twists, kind of how they used to do the old school kinky twist where they would braid it and then twist it. And I do that to kind of stretch the hair so that it's not sticking up everywhere and so that it will last. Is your cat, what, you have a girl or a boy? I have a girl. And she is a trip. She's so very funny to me. And normally when I do my hair like this in my twist, I normally put beads on the end, like the clear beads, just to keep my hair from unraveling. But I don't know if y'all can tell, but the rubber bands that I'm using, they're not like the rubber kind. These are like the, I don't know how they, what do they call these? It just says ultra durable hair elastics. So they're supposed to cause less damage to the hair, because the regular rubber bands, when I take those out, oh my god, I be pulling hair with it and all. So these are supposed to be better. And yeah, if I would have added the beads, that would have took even longer. Now that's not to say I won't come back later and add the beads, but for right now, no. And I don't know how these parts are, and it doesn't matter. I used to do hair back in the day. Back in the day. I used to do a lot of different things. Again, I'm a creative, so I've done all kind of things. So I kind of know some of this. Hey, happy holidays. Whew. We're trying to get done. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm doing a braid and then I start twisting. And Natural Hair 101, when you twist your hair, you're supposed to keep the pieces separate. You're not supposed to borrow, that's what they call it. You're supposed to keep them separate so that when you get ready to take them down, you can literally just take your finger and run your finger down and they separate. And that cuts down on frizz. I mean, I have locks, but before I had locks, this would, keeping the hair separated would cut down on frizz. Whew. And I just said that, and I'm definitely borrowing. I literally said that and then turned around and did the same thing, but I'm tired. I'm just trying to get done. I'm really just trying to get done. Ugh. And I know I did not say it at the beginning, but I appreciate everybody who did join in my live as small creators. Y'all know we have to be very much grateful when someone does support us. You know, it's very sad and it's kind of shocking in a sense that there are even some small creators, like, okay, I get it, the big creators, they not gonna respond or whatever, but y'all know there are some small creators who won't respond either. Like, okay, okay, I won't support your content anymore. Like, and it's not about, you know, that, but it's kind of like, really, girl, like, you're a small creator like me. Don't act like you don't have time to respond to a comment. Like, don't do that. But, child, I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to get into all that. But, yeah, I most definitely appreciate everyone who engages with my content. But, although I'm doing a live, obviously, and I did post that video this morning, but child, I had to post that video. I had been smoking marijuana for 5 years, and it's been 2 weeks now, actually a little longer than 2 weeks now since I stopped. So I just wanted to make that video to talk about how it's been, because it's been rough. It's been very, very rough. I have not smoked. I have not relapsed. Is that the word people use? I have not relapsed, but that don't mean I have not wanted to. Because unfortunately, child, I know y'all heard me say it earlier. I love God real bad, and the sad thing about being a Christian and living your life for God, Satan realizes that when he realizes he can't get you back, I call him like a vindictive female, because he be like, well, if I can't have you, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. So unfortunately, it's been situation after situation after situation, and I haven't been using weed as a coping mechanism. I know you heard me say celibacy, so I'm not smoking, I'm not having sex, I don't drink, I'm actually allergic to alcohol. It's kind of like I really don't really have a vice right now. I'm trying really hard to make working out my vice again, but some days I'm motivated, and other days I just be like, I just can't do it today. And I try to stay motivated because I have lost weight. Like, my weight started coming down, so I was trying to, stay consistent so I won't gain the weight back. But it's been rough. It has been very, very rough. And I'm just proud of myself that I have not ran back to weed. Again, I have definitely been wanting to, but I have not. So I made that video about that. But as far as, like, posting content again on a regular basis, I don't know. I just don't know. I love creating. I absolutely do. I love fashion. I love cooking. I love decorating. I didn't realize I like decorating and stuff, but I like doing that. Normally my room, my bed is made up and stuff, but I like designing and creating and stuff. But it's like, again, there's no return on investment when you put in all this time creating the content, recording it, editing, adding music, going back and forth with YouTube because they want to flag a video and just all kind of crazy stuff. And then nobody ends up seeing it. Like, okay, like the video this morning. I posted the video this morning. I have a backup account, which I feel like all creators should have a backup account. And so I watched the video, on my channel, and then I watched it on my backup channel. Every time I tried to like the video from my backup channel, I kept getting an error message. I forgot what the error message was saying, something like I didn't have, it was something it said I did not have, and I literally had to first, I kept closing it, and then I restarted the whole phone, whole computer or whatever. That still didn't work. I literally had to uninstall YouTube, reinstall YouTube, and then it let me like the video from my backup channel. And I mean, it's just little things like that. It's like, I don't know. There's a part of me, I mean, again, I don't be trying to go there, but I mean, there's a part of me that's just like, it's for some people, it's just not meant for us to make it, or not meant for us to win. Like, no matter how much we keep going, and and I'm not saying like for anybody else, I'm not saying just give up or anything like that, but it's like, why am I gonna keep putting all this effort into content that they're not pushing? Once again, the video itself has maybe 50 views, 49, 50 views. The short has over 1,000 views. It's the same video. So why did it get why did the short get pushed but not the video? Like, that's not right. That's not fair. And I'm sure other people have had that happen to them as well. Like, it's just, I don't know. Trying to fight against a machine like the algorithm, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Okay, this is what we have so far. And like I said, the part probably is not straight, but that's okay. So we only have this little bit left to go. My ear is burning so bad. I'm from the South, and we say that when your ear is burning, look how red my ear is. We say when your ear is burning, that means somebody talking about you. I think I'm just hot. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Again, it's the sports bra. I have on clothes underneath, but it's hot. I can't come in here with no full everything on. But we're almost done. Let's see. Whew. How am I gonna? I'm feeling for the part, because I know this part, it doesn't go straight across. It kind of does this little curve thing, this curve type thingy. Let's see. Oh Lord, that's probably still gonna be, I don't know how I'm gonna break this down. I don't want to make that those 2 whole new rows, but we gonna see. Whew, child. Whew. Stuff like this make me understand why hairstylists charge so much, even though some of them are just straight greedy and ridiculous with their prices. But at the same time, this is a lot of work. There's a girl I follow on TikTok, and she made a TikTok about she tried to save money, so she did her own her own retwist. She had regular traditional locks. And I was like, girl, I have sister locks, and there is just no way I would ever attempt to try to retie my hair. No way. No way. If I'm being honest, when I was researching sister locks, if I really would have done my due diligence with my research, I would have gotten micro locks instead, because the smaller your locks are, the more fragile they are. I know y'all can't tell, but the whole back was broken off, and now I have like some extensions that have been added, but child, the whole little back had broke off. And now that my hair is getting longer, it gets caught in my necklace, it gets caught in my clothes and stuff. So if I would have really done my due diligence with my research, I would have gotten micro locks, because they are bigger, and so my hair would not be as fragile. Yeah, I'm gonna make this 2. It's just gonna be 2. But I still love them. Sister locks, to me, they remind me of being a loose natural, because they are so small. I can still do a lot of the styles on these sister locks that I used to do on loose hair. I can still get them, you know, in braided styles. If I wanted to, I could wear a wig, braid out, twist out, 2-strand twist, you know, all the things that, all the things that I used to do with my loose hair, I can do with my sister locks. So I say they are good for anybody who maybe has commitment issues, and maybe that's one of your fears, that, you know, because people always say locks are such a commitment, you know, they are permanent. But depending on, you know, your lifestyle and what you do with your hair, you know, if you still want to have options, I feel like sister locks or micro locks are a good option if you want to have options. So yeah, this one I think is bigger, but I don't care. I'm getting tired, and I, at this point, am just ready to be done. Yeah. This ear, oh my goodness. If there's anybody still watching, do y'all have plans for tomorrow? What are y'all doing? Like hanging out with family, friends? Are y'all gonna be solo dolo like me? Like, what are you doing tomorrow? As I said, I probably won't be doing anything. I will probably be here in this house. Staying in the house is how I save money. Because even going to the beach today, I mean, I didn't spend a lot of money, but I was halfway to the beach when I realized I forgot my towel. So I had to run in Dollar General and grab a towel. And on the way home, I was starving. I was straight starving. So I got a slice of pizza. That was like $6. But it's so expensive. Outside is so expensive. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Whew. Uh-oh. Okay, let's try to get done. We're almost done. We're almost done. Okay. What am I going to do with this last little part? Let's see. Do I need to? Let me see if I split it. Let me see how thick this is going to be. Oh no, that's too thin. I need to add some more. Let's add some more to this one, to that row. I think that's straight. So we still got 2 more rows, but this should be kind of quick. Should be. Actually, yep, because I'm gonna make 2. Yep, I'm just gonna make 2. Let's see. No. Let's see. I feel like that's gonna be too thin. I think it's the way I parted it. I'm overthinking this so much. Let's just make 2. Just to make it easy on myself. It's 10 o'clock. I'm almost done though. Oh, it's more than one. And I fold the end, and that's what I wrap the rubber band around, the end that's folded. And so that way my ends are protected. Okay. Okay, last 2, because this is going to be 2 as well. Whatever. Whew, Lord have mercy. Now I will say the blessing is that my hands are not cramping. Normally my hands start cramping. So the fact that I have basically finished my head and my hands have not started cramping, that's definitely a blessing. That's a huge blessing. Last one. Look, I just jinxed myself as soon as I said that. Oh well, we on the last one now. We gonna tough it out. I literally just said that. This is a thicker twist too though. Don't start messing up now, girl. You done. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am so glad to be done. That took forever. So now I don't have to worry about my hair until my retie. And even when it's time for the retie, it's going to be really easy to take these apart. And actually, my new loctician that I go to, she doesn't, she just moved in her house not too long ago. So she doesn't have like a bowl. So she doesn't have shampoo capabilities. So I'm actually probably going to keep these in and shampoo my hair with these twists in. And that's going to serve two purposes. That's going to keep me from having to band and braid my hair. And that will also, even though I've been locked going on 3 years, every now and then, especially around the perimeter, my lock still unravels. So this way I don't have to worry about that. And I'll be able to shampoo my hair. And let me turn around so you can see the back. This is what we have. My hand is cramping. I finally got my nails done. This is the cat eye. I thought that was so pretty when I saw it. I think it probably would have looked better if my nails were longer, but child, me and long nails, as pretty as they are, we don't get along. So I am going to end this live. Again, I appreciate each and every person who checked in, even if for just a few minutes. I appreciate you all. And like I said at the beginning, if you take nothing else from this live, just know that it's not your content. It is the algorithm. Nowadays, everybody and their mama is a content creator. We are all competing, it seemed like, for the same views. Unfortunately, it appears that way. And yeah, I've even noticed like some of the even bigger content creators, their engagement, well, I ain't gonna say engagement, but their views have dropped and stuff. So everybody is feeling it. Just like how they talk about the economy, everybody is feeling it. The economy is the reason, I feel like, one of the big reasons why everybody feels like they need to be a content creator, because baby, we can't afford nothing. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, just because the algorithm don't push your content, it does not mean that you're not creative. It does not mean that, you know, there's something wrong with your content. It doesn't mean that you don't have something to say. You know, it doesn't mean any of those things. So again, if you take nothing else from this live, I hope you know that the algorithm not pushing your content does not take away your creativity. If God has given you a gift to share with the world, just because the content doesn't get pushed, it doesn't mean that God doesn't see it. And I said this before, actually in my little video that went viral. That's what I was calling it, but it wasn't really a viral video. But I said that when you create content, you literally have to have a passion for it. If you are trying to be a content creator only for the money, you will quit, because you will get burnout, because you will think that all I got to do is keep posting, and before you know it, 6 months have gone by and you've been posting damn near every day and you haven't gained 1 subscriber, right? So if you're just doing this for money, that's most definitely probably going to make you want to quit, you know, burnout. So yeah, you have to have a passion. You have to have a reason besides money to create content on a platform like this. And that's what I have learned. Although I would very much love for more people to see my content, for me, it's just about obedience. I feel like God gives me words to say to other people, things to say to other people, and by the grace of God, everything that I have, every blessing that I have, it has been because of God. It has had nothing to do with social media. So at the end of the day, remember that God is your source. Social media or even your job is not your source. God is your source. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. I'm ready to get into bed. Again, I'm Arailyus. I consider myself a socially awkward creative. Child, there's so much stuff running through this brain. But yeah, I love to create about all kind of stuff. So if you like what you see, check out some other videos. I have so many videos on my channel. Again, I post polls pretty much every day. There's pretty much something on my channel every single day. So even if the algorithm doesn't send you a notification, you know, there's always something on my channel. So yeah, with that being said, I am going to say goodnight again. Thank you to each and every person who joined, and hopefully I will see you in another video. Bye.